Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about coherence and cohesion in a paragraph. The first thing that we will be talking about is logical order. So we can compose a paragraph using logical order. Oke, jadi kita bisa menulis paragraf itu dengan logical order. Jadi secara berurutan, ya. Your sentences and ideas are arranged in a way that makes sense to the reader, so that readers will find it easy to understand your sentence. Okay, for examples, ya, contohnya misalnya dari general ke specific, from general to specific, dari umum ke yang specifics. For examples, this is a paragraph. In the right arrangements, ya. Ini contoh paragraf dalam urutan yang tepat, ya. Online learning is useful for many university students. For examples, it helps students save travel time because they do not commute. They can use that times to read or finish assignments. Therefore, online learning can support students' study habits. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can take a look at here that the order is from general to specific. Anda bisa lihat, guys, bahwa urutan dari gagasan ini adalah dari general ke specific. Ya, pertama general dulu, online learning itu bermanfaat ya atau berguna untuk university students. For example, dia kasih contoh itu ya. It helps students save travel times because ya they do not commute, ya dijelaskan alasannya. Mereka tidak commute. Commute itu artinya menggunakan transportasi. Mereka tidak menggunakan itu. So they can use their times to read and finish assignments. Therefore, nah ini kemudian kalimat terakhir, kesimpulan or concluding sentence. Therefore, online learning can support students' study habits. Okay, do you understand, guys? I hope you understand. And this is the poor examples. Nah, di sini contoh yang tidak bagus, because it is not arranged logically, karena tidak disusun secara sistematis, secara logis. For example, student can use travel time to read. Nah, ini malah justru khusus dulu. This start from the specific ones. Online learning is useful, therefore it supports study habit. So jumble, kalimat dalam paragrafnya itu acak-acakan, tidak tersusun secara logis ya. Okay, so as a result, readers feel confused because the main idea comes late and ideas jump around. Nah, di sini kita bisa melihat kok malah justru gagasan utama, main idea itu malah yang terakhir ya, ada di kalimat yang terakhir dalam paragraf. Okay. Right? Okay, so this is a poor example. Contoh yang tidak bagus ya. Okay, next we talk about translation. So what is translation? Translation are words or phrases that help your readers follow your ideas. Jadi translation ini kata sambung ya di dalam paragraf supaya your paragraph flows smoothly, mengalir dengan lancar, dengan smooth ya. For examples, you can use translation like adding ya. Adding itu menambah. For example, also, moreover, in addition, you can also give examples, translation. Like, for example, for instance, you can also use cause and effect translation. Jadi sebab akibat. Because therefore, as a result, you can use contrast. Perlawanan ya, berlawanan. However, but on the other hand, you can also use a sequence. Urutan. First, next, finally. For examples, a paragraph with transitions. First, online learning saves times. In addition, it is flexible. For examples, student can study at night. Therefore, it is helpful for busy students. Okay, and then we are going to also learn the examples of poor paragraph, yeah, without transitions. Online learning saves times. It is flexible. Student can study at night. It is helpful for busy students. Well, it is still understandable. Ini masih bisa dipahami, guys. Yeah, but the flow is poor. The flow is weaker. Tapi tidak mengalir dengan lancar ya kalimat-kalimat dalam paragrafnya. And it sounds choppy. Jadi terpotong-potong ya kesannya ya. Okay. Next, the next is referencing, especially using pronouns correctly. It means that referencing is pronouns or words like this, this, it, they clearly, so the reader know what you mean. Jadi ini kata ganti ya, guys. Kata ganti orang itu pronouns ya. For examples, in a good referencing, we can write like this. Many students join online classes. They can learn from home. Jadi they di sini mengacu kepada many students ya. Jadi they perlu diganti dengan pronoun supaya paragrafnya kelihatan bagus ya, tidak mengulang-ulang. Many students join online classes. They can learn from home. And when it comes to poor referencing, di bawahnya bisa lihat, ini tidak jelas. Many students join online classes. This is difficult. Nah, it's not clear. What does this refer to? Ini tidak jelas. This ini mengacu pada apa, gitu ya? Padahal di situ many students ya, many students. Okay. Right. Okay. Kemudian fixed versions, you can take a look at this. Kalau diperbaiki menjadi many students join online classes. This learning mode can be difficult when the internet is in trouble, for examples. All right. Okay. And then let's talk about repetition of key terms. You can repeat important words, but not random words, meaning that repeating the key terms help the paragraph stay focused. Jadi mengulang kata-kata pokok ya dalam paragraf itu akan membuat paragraf itu menjadi fokus. Don't change the main term too much or the reader may get confused. Tetapi ingat, jangan mengubah main termnya, kata-kata utama itu terlalu banyak ya, sehingga nanti akan bisa mengakibatkan your readers, pembaca, itu menjadi bingung ya. Good repetition, for example. Online learning helps students save times. Online learning is also flexible. However, online learning needs a stable internet connections. All right? Okay. Too many different terms, which is confusing. This is the examples. Tapi ada juga yang membingungkan itu karena penulis menggunakan many different terms. Distant education. Ini kata utama kan? Help students save time. Virtual classes are also flexible. Nah, di sini diganti virtual classes. Oke, kemudian di bawah belakangnya, however, e-learning needs stable internet ya. Reader wonders, pembacanya bertanya-tanya, are these the same thing or different things? Apakah ini kata yang sama atau enggak ya? Diganti-ganti terlalu banyak ya. It's better to keep one main term and small variations. Satu digunakan ya, main terms-nya, kemudian variasinya sedikit aja. Online learning helps students save times. This learning method, okay, diganti this learning method is also flexible. However, online learning needs stable internet, something like that, right? Okay. Next is parallelisms. Okay, same grammar patterns. Jadi menggunakan paralelisme. Parallelism means using the same form for items and lists. It makes writing smoother and more professional. Jadi menggunakan pola grammar yang sama. Okay, for example, good parallelisms. Online learning helps students save time, reduce stress, study flexible. So you can see save, okay, is verb one, reduce verb one, study is also verb one. Semuanya menggunakan verb satu ya, verb one. Kemudian bad parallelisms, the example of bad parallelisms. Online learning helps students save time, reducing stress, they can study flexibly. Jadi ini tidak paralel guys ya. Save times pakai verb satu. Kok di belakangnya pakai reducing verb ing. Kemudian di belakangnya pakai kalimat they can study flexibly. So this is poor parallelisms ya. Okay, if you want to fix, it's gonna be like this. Online learning helps students save times, reduce stress, and study flexibly. Good. And for class one, you can do it at home, guys, and you can do it in my class. So fix this weak paragraph individually. Post it to the discussion forum in meeting 3 of my class. Alright. Jadi tolong dibenarkan ini ya, sehingga paragrafnya menjadi kohesif atau smooth ya. Online learning is popular, student likes it, it's flexible, many assignments are difficult, this is a problem, teachers give feedback, it is helpful. Ini choppy paragrafnya ya, tidak ada kata hubungnya. Coba dibuat menjadi lebih kohesif dengan kata hubung. Oke? Dengan transitions, dengan referencing, dengan logical order. Oke? Dipostkan di my class. Oke. Kemudian, setelah itu, after that, use the peer feedback checklist. Post your comments on your friend's paragraph. Kemudian berilah komen atas paragraf yang telah ditulis teman Anda. Nah, komennya mengikuti checklist di bawah ini, guys. Is the order clear? Apakah susunannya clear? Are transitions used? Apakah bukan transisi yang benar? Are pronouns clear? Is the key term repeated consistently? And list parallels? Oke. Nah, ini nanti bisa dikomen nih di bawahnya paragraf temenmu, ya. Oke. Kemudian task 2, write two coherent paragraphs. Tulislah 2 coherent paragraph, ya, paragraf yang koheren. Oke, secara individu juga. Ini post in the discussion. Jadi, you are going to have a 2 discussion forum. I will make it in my class, and you post this there, okay? Paragraf pertama, 8 until 10 sentences each, ya. Pattern A, problem solutions. Okay, so the main idea is the problems and the supporting sentences are solutions. All right, okay, problem, effect, solution, and closings, yeah? And paragraph B, comparison and contrast. Okay, for examples, studying alone versus studying in a groups. So the order is similarities, differences, your opinion, and closings, all right? So you need to use for transition, clear referencings, repeated key terms, 1 examples, and 1 parallel list. Okay, so do it at home and post it to my class. Okay, in discussion forum. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.